Welcome to part 2 of painting my dog mask. Yay! Now, I already cut out the floppy parts to the ears, so they'll stick up a little bit, I feel like. Here's the rest of the felt, but I'm gonna felt the ears towards the end, because I don't know why, I just want to. White brown. The brown is actually water resistant. Black. And that should be all the paint I need. Okay, so I got my paints, my paint brushes, all that. I felted and glued on the ears. So it is now time to paint. So I'm gonna be making like the base of it kind of a blackish brown, maybe white, I'm not really completely sure, but my nose is itchy. So I grabbed like a little piece of cardboard, and the main color is gonna be the brown. I'll pop a little bit brown over here. Then I grab my orange, a little dot of orange, and then I want to put a smaller dot of yellow. Got it on my finger. Now, okay, so I have the toothpicks that I will be using to mix my paint. Here are my paint colors I'm gonna be mixing. Yippee! Mixy, mixy, mix. Mix, mix, mix. I'll continue mixing that. Okay, so I mixed 3 different browns. That are my browns. And those are the colors that I will be using to paint my mask. My little dog. So I can grab like the base color is gonna be like a brown, so I have like this type of brush. I usually get the majority of the paint off. I'm gonna try and get it down in the brush. Play some like Wheel of Fortune waiting music or Jeopardy music. So I kind of just like dab off most of the paint off of the paintbrush onto like the paper towel, then I can start like painting it onto the mask. Now this kind of gives it like texturing kind of. Now I can take some of the paint off of the paper towel. See, I'm gonna see. And then so usually I'll keep like a bit of the extra felt that I have cut off from the other part so that I can kind of smear it and take off some of like the extra paint that can make on the mask like thick and not very nice. And it's also great for like blending, and it saves a lot more than you would probably think. Like instead of using paper towels to do this, this is a lot easier. And I can rub it into the other part of the mask to make it look a lot better. But here's like the browns. Now I don't really need to wash the paintbrush off because I'm gonna be using another one of the browns. So I'm kind of just like putting little dots of this lighter color on there. Just kind of, I don't know, brighten it up. So, kind of, see, all good. So those are the browns. Cute. Now I'm gonna use my smaller paintbrush that is kind of like that with the other lighter brown. I'm just gonna make the teardrops on the. It's gonna be like a teardrop. Okay, so oops, dropped something. So I put more of the yellow, but see, it's kind of like a got some yellow here on the ear, side, and I'm gonna play that yellow on there. Not too much. I'm in a minute going to go grab a better light. That's what I think I'm gonna do. I grabbed my better light. It's like a, I don't know what I'm doing, but it's really amazing. Thank the light, guys. Better lighting. Much better lighting. Sometimes I won't have a lot of paint on it, and I think I like that. Sometimes it'll give different dimensions of like shading and all that amazingness. Going off of my head. It's like totally okay if you have it like drawn out, your idea of what you want to do. But sometimes I don't do that. Sometimes I just go off of my head and it comes out good. Like, there's only 2 masks, I think. Maybe 3 masks that I actually had ideas drawn out for them. Or I had based them off of other things. So, I'm just gonna go with what I have in my head. That's okay. Alex giving him makeup. Maybe it's her. I don't really know. Ta-da! Look at how they look. I love it. I do. So, kind of just have to think of where else to put paint. Okay. That's awesome. I think I have an idea. Bring my light. And I do have a nose, which I have to wait for the nose to dry, but it's big. It might be a girly looking dog. I like that though. And I might put like a little something here. Use your brain, Toxic Fog. Use your brain. A diamond? I can hear people talking. I think I'll do a diamond. I could put combined 2 of these colors to make this. Mwahaha. Okay, so with my thin paintbrush, I drew a bunch of details with the brown I just made. There's a little diamond. I'm gonna move my light so you can see. I put some dots around this piece. I put some spots here and here. Put some really light spots here, here. So here's the mask. I hope you like her, and I'm thinking of furring her because I finally got fur. I got it for my birthday, which August 4th is my birthday, which is today. So yay. Okay, so I've decided to fur my mask, but I only have white fur, so I'm doing something that I'm gonna guess no one's done, is I'm like dyeing the fur with paint water. Yeah. Paint water. So I put the colored paints, I mix them into the water, and it's dyeing the fur. And I think if they soak for like a couple hours, the white fur should absorb the color that I'm trying to dye it, and then I can dry them. And then they'll turn out pretty good. So strain them out a little bit, but so I'm gonna wait for those to soak for a little while, and then I can dry them, and hopefully it'll all be good for the mask. Where did my paper towel go, guys? Okay, gotta dry my hands off. So for the mask, you know, I'll have the fur on the sides it goes to, and then I'm gonna paint this clay nose that I made. I think I'm gonna paint it right now. I'm gonna paint it right now. So this is a lot different than like a felt nose, which I'm pretty good at making felt noses. But clay, you have to be careful in how you do it for painting, since it's always different the way you paint. I'm gonna kind of be mixing the paints like on the nose while I make the nose. So it's gonna look interesting. It's gonna be like a brown nose, because the dog is brown. Now you kind of want to have like a light layer of paint. You don't want it thick, but it depends on what brush you're using also, because you kind of want to show the strokes of the paintbrush to show that it's like a nose. I don't really know how to explain it very well. But you want to really notice how many lines are in it. Now you don't really want to paint the back, you can paint like around the sides. It's just some tips from Fog. And sometimes I'll paint the whole back, depending on if I'm going to be showing the back, which I will. So I'll paint the back up nice and good. And my fingers have paint all over them, but that's okay. Now, any little spot that I missed, I'm gonna go in, fix it up. Try not to take off the paint that's already on the spot. Paint. Okay, so I'm done painting. Gotta let that dry. And for you, it's gonna be like 30 seconds. And for me, it's gonna be like 20 minutes. Okay, so my hair is still soaking, but I made a little tuft of hair for her. Look how cute that is. You can kind of like style it up to the side, other side down. Let it go wild. I put like the fur underneath it too, so you kind of she looks silly with it up. But so then it has more volume on it, and it kind of looks better, I think. But I'm gonna put some fur on the sides of her. I'm not sure what kind of eyes, not yet at least, but she kind of reminds me of like a rancher. You'd see her out on the west, just a little western dog. I really like how she looks. With my camera, it's not that the best to see her, but she is really pretty. I can't wait till I'm done and for you guys to see how she looks. Okay, so I had all of the fur dry. Here are the side pieces of the fur. And here's the top. And here's the nose. So I'm gonna be adding the straps and the fur today. So first I grab like the strap and I go around my head just to measure it out. And with that I go like a little bit bigger just for extra precaution. Because you don't want the strap to be like too small. It's okay, it's a little tight. Now, I'm not sure if I want to add a top strap, but usually I do. I don't think on this mask I'm going to. But I'm going to be adding a little bit of tuft of fur on top of the head, even though there already is fur on top of her head, like you can see right now. But I'm gonna be sticking some of this on top because I think it looks really cute. And I like how it fades like that. And it'll probably look a lot better than it does right now. Because right now she only has like a little tuft. Little baby. Okay, so I've glued one side of the strap on. Now, I don't line the insides of my masks, particularly because I don't really know how. But I'll put a little dot of glue near the eyeball. No, I don't want to twist it, I want to keep it straight. Now, usually I'll angle the straps down just a little bit. Not a lot. Sometimes I won't. But then I'll try it on. Well, here she is right now. I think she looks pretty cute. And I'm still not sure how I'm gonna do her eyes. But now on to furring. Okay, so I just have to figure out which side this goes on. It goes on this side. I want the fur facing out. So I'm gonna put the glue directly onto it. I'm gonna push that over. Now there's like a little bit poking out, which I'm just gonna glue. There we go. Got some glue in there, that's okay though. Now, onto the other strip of fur. Now, I'm just gonna try make sure that I glue it on there perfectly. Because I don't want one side to be different than the other, really, for like the fur. That'll be totally okay. You gotta straighten out the fur. And put the glue on. a bit of glue. Gonna fix her hair. See, there's the fur. Then I'm thinking, I think I'm gonna do that. Just a little bit. I finished her. Here she is. But here's her hair, all of her markings, her nose, her ears. This is how she looks. Here she is, all finished up. And I did her eyes white, and I think she looks really pretty. And I hope you guys think she looks pretty too.